Now I believe people will be able to hear us. So let's go on the table, start a chat with someone so that we test that things are running smoothly. Normally we should do this 10 minutes beforehand. Is Ellie on one? Yeah, let's go to see Ellison. Just double click on the table. How does this? How do? No, I should do it from my laptop. It doesn't allow us to.
But I have access to that. I have access to.
Let me see what I can. Okay, let me just do this part for one moment. I think this is the simplest thing to do. And where am I? Hello? Hi, Alison, how are you? Can you hear me? What? Trying to do a few complicated things around here. Let me see, can I change my camera for a moment? FaceTime just for a moment. Okay. Hi. I can finally see you. How are you? Good, good. Yes, yes. We're trying to get this thing started. Yeah, I mean, not as good as you guys yet. But we're getting there. It's because I'm trying to do the actual broadcast and everything, so I have to fiddle with the virtual cables and everything. Ooh, painful. Yeah. If it was just online, it would have been super easy. But trying to do actual like studio mode in here, so complicated. Okay, so let's do this. So I'll get the thing started, and then I'll bring you up on the actual thing, and let's go from there. You go first. I'll just go and tell Manori as well in a moment. We have two speakers today. 10 minutes plus 5 for. Yeah, we told them what it is. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be right back. I just speak to the other speaker and come back. Hi, Minori, how are you? Hi, okay. So we're gonna have Alison go first for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'll bring you on stage. Look, we're not really improvising. It's a bit less improvising than last time. But yeah, so things can happen. Okay, all good then?
Yes, all good.
All right. Okay, we're gonna start then. Yay. Let's see. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, and we go into presentation mode. Start in 30 seconds. So you're able to see the presentation, thing, right?
Yeah, it says 30 seconds. And so.
Okay, so we just need to bring. So we need to bring Alison online first. It is pointing at us. Is the our thing on? Oh, well, you can see it, right?
Which is this one, right? The stream lab.
Oh, hello.
So is this compulsory?
You can do. Yeah. Okay. The presentation will start
So
soon.
it says, would you like to record your presentation?
Yes, go for it. We always want to record. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, good. Are we in afternoon yet? Yes, we are. So good afternoon. Welcome to the first innovation. What do we call this? Have we given it a name?
We're calling the Innovative Ideation Workshop.
Yeah, that one. Innovation. Oh, okay. What she just said. I'm Alessio, and we have Tui here. So for the people who haven't met Tui before, Tui is our innovation manager, innovation.
Oh, he just promoted me. I'm the innovation officer in the School of Information Technology. But thanks for the promotion, Alessio.
Oh, come on, innovation officer sounds more badass. Come on, let's say it. I'm an officer. Okay, so today we're going to have a number of things happening. We have developer Ellie from IBM, who's going to introduce Code for Code, which is well, one of the world's largest hackathons. It's quite a cool thing to do, especially for university students. And I am pretty sure that last year it was actually a team from Australia that came second. And so that means everybody can win. It's not Stanford or, anyone can win. Anyway, then we're going to have Minori from the Work Integrated Learning, who is going to quickly explain what Work Integrated Learning is. And then we're going to run with our actual innovation session with Sheen. All right, so I guess we bring Alison on. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Hi, Alison.
So what we do as developer advocates basically is trying to enable people on our tech and trying to enable people to use it in an innovative and fun way. And I know you're all technologists, so I feel like I'm a developer myself as well. And sometimes you just want something that you can just use and you don't have to code from scratch. And that's what sometimes technology does. So I run a lot of those sessions and events, and one of my big passions is things like Code, because I know you've all heard about it. Actually, Charles has been telling you all about it. He's a great advocate for it, so I really appreciate that too, Alessio. So Code it's in its fourth year now, running now. It's partnered with the United Nations. So this is a big global hackathon. It's not just we do run regional events, obviously, no, I'm getting better at that. But it's a big global hackathon. There's some really good prizes available for it, like $200,000 US. This is last year's first prize, and I know the top five all got monetary amounts, and a lot of those products are employed as well. I don't want to take up too much of your time here, so I'm just going to skip over heaps of these slides. So this was last year, we had three ANZ hackathon. This year we've scaled back. We're only going to be running one hackathon this year, and I'll get to the details on that a bit later. But we had some really cool success, and this just goes to show that anyone with an idea, or you just do it like learn how to console or line, you can still use technology. You can build new ideas. Anyone that's got a passion for change in the world can do well. Because last year, the team that came second globally, and so not just from, not just in the ANZ region, didn't just come second in the ANZ region, they came second globally and are having their product deployed, was a team called Business Buddy, who work from the University of Sydney Business School. Two guys who added a couple of people to their team once they kind of realised that hackathons can take you to amazing places. Just having an idea, coming to a hackathon can really take you far. I actually, side note story, I actually ended up on a hackathon when I was at uni, and we won one of the Coin Market Prize that we won. Myself and a friend of mine ended up winning, and after that we ended up in an accelerator and actually had a startup. So these things are really kind of good springboards for a career as well. And we didn't end up going through with that because it was a double-sided business market. Like Uber is a double-sided business market, and there was a lot involved that we just pulled it. We had a lot else on. But it's still a great idea. those ideas and really making a difference as well. So as I mentioned as well, I'm just like completely ignoring my slides, obviously. As I mentioned, I'm glad I put them together. As I mentioned before, some of the past projects are getting deployed and they're getting deployed globally. So one of them was Project Prometeo, which was an IoT solution, and it's getting deployed to firefighters on the front lines of fires to try and protect them, as well as keep communications open. So those two work actually really well together. And that was the use case for that one. Super cool idea, and they started out at Call for Code Hackathon, and it's been picked up by obviously IBM, and where it's been deployed in Spain, I think, and Brazil. That's on the slides, so that's why I brought them. There you go. And we're also hoping to deploy them in Australia this year. So in Ballarat and Shoalhaven, the firefighters there are interested in trying out the solution as well. And we all remember those massive fires we had at the beginning of last year. Or maybe we don't, because so much has happened in between. But really great solution to help combat that. So how do you get involved in 2021? So this year our themes, which in case you probably haven't heard this yet, Alessio, so breaking news here. Clean water, and we've got 3 themes this year: clean water and sanitation, zero hunger, and responsible. It's called responsible production and green consumption. I basically think of that as carbon footprint reduction. So any kind of ideas you have around helping the world with their hunger, with clean water and sanitation, with carbon emissions, so some really pressing issues or some challenges that the world has at the moment. Any small or big ideas you have around these things are really, really great things to think about, or this is a really great platform for you to, kind of have a go at solving that and making a difference. So again, here's a slide on why doing Call for Code. So some of it, I would say, and they're definitely skill building, definitely a big one. And originally why I entered one of the hackathons that I did at university was to try and build out my coding skills and product skills, as well as network. So another fun fact, actually, I actually have the job I do now because I entered a hackathon at university and I met, I'm not sure if you guys know him, not all of you maybe, but developer Steve, who's another prominent developer advocate here in ANZ, and he's been around for a long time running events in person. So I actually met developer Steve at one of these hackathons, and I have this job that I do today, and I love it because of him. So because of meeting him at a hackathon, I should say. So you never know who you might meet or where you might go from a hackathon. That's just my personal story. Social good, like you want to be the change you want to see in the world, right? Well, at least I try to be. You don't always live up to it, but I try to be. And these events are just like amazing for meeting like-minded people that want to make a difference and want to do something to help change our future. And as university students in particular, you're in a great position to be able to do that. So the event this year, we are holding actually a super mega event this year. We are holding it in collaboration with the UK. So we're going to be having it on the 22nd and 23rd of May 2021. So global submissions don't end until the end of June. I should make that a bit clear, sorry. But we are holding a hackathon on the 22nd and 23rd of May where you can get access to a bunch of mentors. We'll be holding workshops. We're holding it with the UK, so they'll be like kind of overnight, will be their day. So you'll always have access to new people and mentors and workshops as well, and help, obviously. It'll all be virtual because it's a bit hard to do in person between UK and ANZ. Anyway, everyone's welcome as well, like I said, so you don't have to be an amazing technologist to come and have some ideas. And in case you're like, oh yeah, I want to join, but maybe I don't have a team, which could be an issue, I don't know, but I'm sure all of you are together. We're also holding in the ANZ a meetup, so you can join our IBM developer meetup sessions, and I'll chuck some links in the chat after this for that. And it'll be an info session, so more information on how the hackathon will be run, when submissions is, what prizes we might have, things like that will be held on the 5th of May, so 6 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday, not next week, the one after. So we're holding that as well, which you might be interested in. I'd love to see you there as well. You can talk to people from IBM as well. And it looks like that's the end of my slides. So if anyone has any questions, happy to field those now. You can type them in the chat or in the Q&A, and I'll try and find an answer for you. If you do want more information as well, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. You should be able to access my LinkedIn here through my profile, or I might just chuck a link to my LinkedIn here too. If I can find my LinkedIn.
Yeah, so for
Profile.
those people, yes, for those people who are new to the platform, so, I mean, for the first people who first time using Remote, there is a Q&A section that you can go to, and you can just ask questions there, and we'll be able to see them. So, yeah, so you can just use that. That would be the simplest thing. And actually, I just wanted to say, I actually used to do what Alison does now when the developer advocacy did not exist. So back then we just did it because it was fun. But I have the similar story. I was the person going to hackathons, and I hired a number of people there because that's where you get the cool people, I guess. Yeah, let's call them cool.
Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, I totally agree. And it's cool that we've got similar stories there. Like, yeah, they're just such a great platform for not just meeting people. And it's not just about going there to get a job either, but like, you just have such a great time as well. Or at least I did.
Yeah. So does anyone have any question? You can pop them in the chat, or we can bring you on stage.
Looks like we maybe do. To participate, do we need to be in Australia? So actually no, because we're running this hackathon fully virtually again this year, because we're running it with the UK as well, you don't actually need to be in Australia to attend. And that's an interesting point actually, because the team that actually won last year were called Agroli, and they're an ag tech solution, the team that won globally. And actually I think they had 5 members, and they were on three different countries. So it's amazing what you can do virtually these days, and I think we probably all learned that across 2020. So thanks for that question, no Bryce.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone interested?
Oh.
Ooh.
Otherwise, my connections are in the chat. So if you do think of questions later, feel free to ping me. I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, so I'll usually get your message and reply pretty quickly. And again, join our meetup group. There's also a Sydney group. I just posted the Melbourne one there so I didn't spam. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, get in touch if you've got any questions, or if you want to know more, there's the callforcode.org site as well.
I guess
I will stop spamming you now, but join because it's awesome and I'd love to see people there.
Yeah, well, I actually had a question. So, and this is because when I first started talking to Steve last year, it was just a few months just before COVID, so we were still able to see people in live. Do you guys have a plan for actual live events in the future as well, or not yet?
So we do want to transition to doing hybrid events more, because I think a lot of people, sure, they'd love to see live events, and other people are just like, I don't want to leave my lounge room anymore, I don't need to, right? I might fall into that second category. So yeah, we do have plans to want to be doing more hybrid events. So actually, Alessio, maybe you could, if you have enough team interest, it'd be cool to hold a hybrid event in collaboration with you guys, even before code would be good.
Yeah.
If you wanted to have people there, but just throwing that out there in front of everyone right now.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Okay, let's take this offline, but it sounds like a very good plan. Well, thanks a lot, Alison, and okay, good. Thank you, and we'll definitely be participating. We had 2 teams from Deakin participating last year. So yeah, I think everybody had a good time. So
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to see you all back, and I'm looking forward to meeting you a bit more as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Thanks for inviting me. Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm just gonna kick in because I know some of the students know that we create our own hackathons within the School of Information Technology. So we have an upcoming datathon happening, but we'll also have a in-person live hackathon in T2. And so that can help kind of prepare you for this global hackathon. But if you're interested in participating in Call for Code, and you're keen to kind of suss it out, please contact Alessio and I, because we'd love to support you in any way if you're one of the ambitious few who want to participate.
Yeah, also because I'm going to participate in person, so it's not like I'm just going to help you. I'm going to be first person participating, so yeah.
So
Cool. All right, so I guess next one up, we have Minori from the Work Integrated Learning, who will talk to us about, I guess, Work Integrated Learning, internships, the importance of those, and yeah, we need to script this things a bit better so that I know what to say exactly. Hi, Minori.
Hi everyone, nice to see you and Tilly, and also it was great to hear how Alvin presented about all the opportunities out there. I'm going to share my screen. I have a short presentation. Can everyone
Yes.
see the presentation? Excellent. Great. Okay, started. So my name is Minori. My title is Work Integrated Learning Engagement Coordinator. It's quite a mouthful. But essentially, in a nutshell, what I do is I look after all IT placements for the School of IT, managing the industry partnership side of things, and find opportunities for students, and also our team manages all the placements in terms of advice we provide to students, and also the support throughout the whole process. So essentially today I thought it's good to kind of go through and help you out in identifying how to build those employability skills and develop those skills for the jobs of the future, and any through work integrated learning, and how and kind of outline the benefits of participating in work integrated learning. Right to the next slide. So as the School of Information Technology, throughout your course, you probably have experienced that we have a strong commitment to build your skills in terms of getting you ready for the jobs out there and the industry demand out there. So one aspect that contributes to this is increasing your employability skills through the IT internship and placement program. And all these events and things that we do are also around, like they're all correlated and contribute to each other in a nice way. I'll continue to talk about how it all connects for you, and participating in these hackathons and these product design and innovation initiatives that the school runs would nicely tie together with the work integrated learning that is scaffolding throughout the course. So these are all the opportunities available for you. As an undergraduate student or a postgraduate student, you can all do an undergraduate and placement internship of at least 160 hours. So that's available for both undergrad and master students. But for undergraduate students, it's compulsory for you to do one. And on top of that, we have our industry-based learning or professional practice unit, where you get to pause your studies for a bit and take on a full-time 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months opportunity, which pretty much is paid, and usually these are for students who are really motivated to take the initiative and take control of your future career, because most what we've seen from industry trend is that the industry-based learning opportunities that are offered, 80% of them convert into either part-time work or full-time or contract roles upon completion of these opportunities. So what's in it for you? Why at an undergrad level are you kind of, because making compulsory means that you are kind of forced to do it, but why is it so important? Because you get a practical chance to apply what you've learned and gain those core skills and experience in the labour market. And the most, from the feedback we've heard from students as well, is like one of the greatest benefits is the networking opportunities and that opportunity to develop a resume and put in the skill references. And it's a great chance for you to demonstrate practical experience when you then go and apply for grad roles and you're asked for examples and asked for those and when addressing those key selection criteria, those are the examples that's going to help you, that would really validate the skills that you are able to showcase. So this is from student feedback. In summary, like I said, it's a crucial part of graduate employment. It's what we've heard from employers. The importance of an internship is highly valued. And the learning speed with these IBL and RT internships, there's a sharp learning curve. So you are learning at a greater speed than when you're studying, because you're actually applying your skills practically. And then the technical and the soft skills. So it's a great opportunity for you to identify, sharpen your technical skills and then identify the gaps and then work on them and find the right support to do it, and also polish your soft skills as well in terms of, self-awareness, your communicational skills, your negotiation skills and things like that. And as you all know, it's put in the dough pretty much, an internship. We've seen great success from the surveys we've done. Most of our students who complete the internship either get a role through the internship itself or through a connection they make there, or that experience itself gives them that extra bit of advantage over the others who's got the same qualification as you, who are coming from many different universities as well. So what will set a successful seeker apart from the rest? So it's really important to differentiate yourself in this competitive market, because especially with the changes we've seen in the recent years, I think we can all agree that we live in a different world as a result of COVID as well. The landscape has changed quite significantly, and it's tougher in a way. It's a tougher environment for everyone. And the unknowns are greater, and the outlook for many graduates in the next 3 to 4 years would likely be more challenging for the graduates than in the past years. But in saying that, the demand for some graduate sectors we've seen has become stronger. So this is something we have seen, especially in the IT internship space from industry, because from the statistics we can see that there's more demand for IT and technical roles and engineering roles. So from even the reports from SEEK shows that in terms of the number of ads posted for IT and technology area, it's 70 to 85% higher than what used to be pre-COVID. So which is fantastic for all of you, because it means that the demand for the skills that you're studying now is very strong at the moment. So in terms of seeking opportunities, let's see what's going to set you apart. So any relevant experience. So we all recognize that having a degree is a plus, but just having a degree is not enough, because a lot of students would have it coming out from different universities, so they would all have similar qualification. So what we've found from a lot of our industry partners and most is that they tend to focus on a couple of things. So one is to draw on any experience that you have from any part-time work you've completed, any voluntary work you've done, or any sort of experience such as the hackathons or any events you participated in, any extracurricular activities, any projects that you work on your own time. So those help you to demonstrate that you management, good people skills, communication skills, the whole skill that everyone gives. But most importantly, to show that you're motivated and a passionate person. So this has been the key deciding factor for many of the large organizations as well. It's about how you show how you're passionate and motivated about the role and the organization that you're applying for. So yeah, so moving forward, these are some of the tips and tactics that you can use in applying and interviewing for internships. So this is partially from the feedback we receive from industry as well as from students going through the process as well. So the quality of the application matters. So that's the first step. So your resume, cover letter, that should be, base level. And you can use the Deakin Talent Services, because what we see is still we have students applying for opportunities without having listing any experience or even demonstrate. If you don't have experience, not even demonstrating some of the projects or the work you've done through the units even, and that they haven't used the Deakin Talent Services that's offered as well. And also listing those relevant part-time experience and demonstrating key skills where your own projects, maybe through GitHub links, hackathons, and events you participated in. Another tip is commonly what we've been asked from industry recently is for the LinkedIn skill assessments, which you can easily complete through your profile and include your LinkedIn link. So take the relevant skill quiz that's kind of addresses the key selection criteria listed on the job description that shows initiative and shows that you are willing to learn extra, like on top of your degree, you've taken initiative to develop those skills. The next step, the tip is prepare. So you can't prepare enough, especially in terms of going through the next stages of the recruitment process and in going for interviews. There's video call or any assessment centers. Preparation is key. So know your interview techniques, practice out loud, use the STAR technique, as everyone, you probably heard this a million times. But the importance of that, I can't, really stress enough, especially that last bit where you actually demonstrate a result out of that example you use to showcase that skill. And own the question section. Be prepared to ask those critical questions. Show that you're passionate about the organization, you're curious, you've done your research. And most importantly, like I said before, show your passion and initiative. The right attitude is everything during the selection process. So this is based on the feedback we've received and also what we've seen through the recruitment process of the large organizations. Just to give you an overview, so there'll be psychometrics testing, phone interview, video interview, assessment centers, and finally a partner interview. So this could be quite rigorous and a lengthy process. So your resilience would be really tested, especially when you're applying for internships in large organizations. So it could be quite competitive and stressful, but that is the expectation. And this is the application process as we've identified. It's much simpler for when you're applying for startups or SMEs. So sometimes you can take the initiative to reach out to organizations. If you're interested in a company, you can reach out through LinkedIn or any application portals that you find. And as part of the faculty, as a service we offer to you is we build these partnerships as well, and we advertise these opportunities, which are often emailed out to you and through our website as well. So keep an eye out for those opportunities as well. And then it comes to a phone interview, a Skype or in-person interview, and the process is much simpler for small organizations. So in terms of going into detail about interview preparation, I'm not sure, Lucia, whether I'm going over time. Just let me know if I am. So in terms of interview preparation, research is key. So research about the company and team's projects through their website, blogs, LinkedIn, and reaching out to any connections you make through LinkedIn. That could be the way to go about it. And then how do you how you can demonstrate that your values align with the company values. So make sure you research on that, and also about the interviewers as well. So just going to their LinkedIn profiles, see what they've done, what activities they've been doing, what they've been posting, any research papers, find common interests so that you can make that connection in the interview. And also just dress professionally in that initial interview until you know what the vibe is or what the expectation is, because sometimes they don't want you to dress up too much. So it's good to take the middle ground at the start until you identify what's good for the next steps. And doing the basic stuff right, so being on time for interviews, and having your questions prepared well in advance.
Okay.
And these are some of the general advice, and I can share these slides with you all if anyone's interested as well. And these are some of the examples of our regular industry partners that we work with. So we advertise close to up to 50% of the number of placements that students take up each trimester. And these are the opportunities you can look out for in UniHub and through the emails that we send out to you. And that's my contact details. And we run drop-in sessions every Monday from 2 to 3. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop by. I'll post that link on the chat as well.
Okay, thank you, Manuri. Do we have any questions in the Q&A? Or did anyone ask questions?
There was one question, but I wasn't really sure.
How can we apply for this opportunity? Eric, is that you, Eric?
Yeah.
What was the question? We actually have the person in here. Which opportunity was it?
I mean, the work integrated learning, because that offers like paid internship for 3 months to 6 months, if I remember correctly.
How to apply for the paid internships?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Minori, that's a very good question, because do you want to elaborate on the difference and the importance and the difficulties of what I guess we generally refer to as a full credits internship?
Yes. So the Ibl program, which is full-time and paid, it's quite competitive as well. So first thing, you have to meet an average requirement to be eligible. So you have to have an average over a distinction to be eligible. That's the first thing. And then you need to have completed a certain amount of units as well. And another challenge is often because IBL is used as a recruitment tool by many of the large organizations, there could be criteria for residency requirements or working rights in Australia, because most of these roles then get converted into full-time opportunities. In saying that, we've been working really hard advocating for our international students, and from the partners that I've listed, at least 1/3 of them are supportive of international students as well. So if you have, if you're struggling and need more support, feel free to reach out to us, and we can direct you towards those organizations that, really don't care about, the residency status. They only care about, the right attitude and the right skills.
Okay.
So we have those partnerships developed, which is why we are there to support you as well. So in terms of applying, you apply through the portal. So when you're sent an email about an opportunity, you'll get specific instructions, and you submit the resume and the cover letter first to us, our team, and then we take you through the process.
Thanks, Manuri. So Hugo and Ash have asked similar questions. Is there an information pack that we can give to the potential employer that outlines their responsibility, etc.? And I think they're asking if they can get more information about what they are doing within their internship from the employers. Is that
Yes.
what I'm...
I guess if I can just also bump into that, I think what because I think I might have done similar things in the past where I might go to an employer and say, look, there is this opportunity, you know, if you hire this guy, you can also get the tax benefits. So it's not always about looking for an existing one, but potentially if you have connections, you can actually explain to people why they should hire you as an intern, and which is actually quite beneficial for them. It's a win-win. It's not just, you know, getting the free work or something.
Yes. You're absolutely right, Alicia. We do have that information pack developed which students can use, and you can download it from our website. I'll post the link once I finish the presentation to our website, and you can find under information for students all the instructions and resources we have for you to use. We even have templates for when you want to reach out to industry connections that you have as well, which explains the benefits to them. And if you want us, and if you have a connection and they want to know more about our programs, feel free to directly connect them with myself or pass on my details, and I'm happy to answer any questions like that. And I've done that for so many students in the past and converted those, you know, initial conversations into an actual opportunity.
Sounds good. Do we run out of questions? Otherwise, we can move on to
No
the
more
next.
questions.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Minori. I think this. Oh wait, what? Will all participants get a copy of these slides? Can we make them available? I don't think they are confidential, are they?
I'll send you, so if you've got an email list of participants, I can send summary version. No.
Yeah, we have them.
To
Yeah.
and maybe to you can
Yes,
circulate.
perfect. Yeah, I'll do that because I'm going to send an email afterwards anyways. Thank you, Minori.
Thank you.
Yes.
The next one on is Sheen Presenting. So Sheen is actually presenting from her laptop.
Okay.
So this is the first time that we actually use it here. So what we need to do is we need to find Sheen in the, where is it? So we need to find Sheen and make her a presenter.
Okay. She's right here.
Yeah. So I think it's,
Speaker.
yes. And Sheen, I think you should be able to get some sort of.
There you go. Hey, Sheen.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
That's great. Nice to meet you guys virtually. Probably I would love to share my screen. First time using this one.
It's down at the bottom.
Okay, this is in share. Okay.
So Sheen will be doing a design studio, which is one of the many techniques that can be used for rapid ideation and prototyping. There's many ways of doing this. You might have heard of the Google Sprint or the normal design thinking sessions. So in this case, we decided to use the design studio because it's nice and quick and effective. So, Sheen, leave it to you.
Thank you. Yes, we would love to, I'd love to run the design studio section. It's just a time to tell you what it is and how it works, just to brainstorm the ideas. But there's so many different ways of doing brainstorming for the ideas and then find the solutions. But this is one of them. You don't have to use this one, but this is one of the good ones, so you can consider to use it when you participate in the call for the course. So to begin with, I'm trying to introduce myself. My name is Sheen Lee, and I'm a UX and product designer. Some company called the product designer, some company called the UX designer. So what UX and product is trying to do is we have to find the user needs and or user problem or enhancement and trying to find a better way or the easiest way to solve that issue and then make it to the light. So that is what I'm currently doing. So before I become a UX designer, I actually worked for Samsung as a marketer, digital marketer for many years, and then I came to Australia and studied Master of Marketing. So my background is from marketing, and then I tried to be an entrepreneur. So I become a finalist for ACMI Accelerator, and also I also become a finalist for Spark Deakin. So I know trying to have good ideas and then trying to make it into real version is very exciting, at the same time very stressful, but yeah, it's a really good way to follow your needs and then follow your solve the problems of what you have. So, and also I'm currently working for Deakin University as a UX designer, so I'm in different plans for this company. Design Studio Workshop. So what is a Design Studio Workshop? So the reason why I recommend this one is just because if you can see all the diverse perspectives. So basically, whenever you are doing the hackathon or even real life, you are working with a lot of different people who come from different backgrounds. It can be marketer, it can be web designer, or it can be developer, or it can be a product manager. So you will meet all these different people, and then their needs are all different. So you have to collect all different needs and to make it one good product to solve their needs. So you have to see all these diverse perspectives. And also, Design Studios is really good in a way you can work with a tight timeline. So basically, mostly they are doing in 5 days and then trying to see what is the best way of solving these issues, and also trying to make a proof of concept or a prototype in a really quick way. So this is one good way to do it. And also to do that, you have to collaboratively working. That is the main key thing. So you will have a developer, so you will have a designer, so you both have to collaboratively working to get the final product hopefully. So that's why we are trying to learn what Design Studio is. So Design Studio, I didn't make Design Studio. So Design Studio, I'm not sure you guys have heard of it. This is a book from Sprint. So the Sprint is written by Jake Knapp, and he was a former Google venture officer. So he kind of like find a way, the best way of working with all different people. So he made a book and then find some framework around it, and then everyone is using it at the moment. So this is one way of doing your brainstorm. So how it works, I will quickly go through how it works. So first of all, whenever you're trying to solve any situation or any problem, you have to understand the problem first. So you have to probably want to do the research around it, what is the situation that they have, and then who are there actually trying to solve these issues, or is there any similar issues that's been already solved, and then what was the feedback around, and then use access to the user. So trying to get user interviews to hear real voices from them. So what is their real pain point is, etc., etc. You have to research a lot of things. And then this is a really amazing process. While you are researching, you actually can see what is the real problem, what is the underlying problem, and if you solve this one, how it's going to be changed. This is a super important process for whole design session. So trying to spend a lot of time to understand the problem rather than jumping to the solution quickly. So research is the first step. And then develop the idea. So once you understand what is the problem is, then you might have some sort of solution come to your mind. So trying to think about that was a problem, always going back to the problem, and then trying to find the solution to solve the issue, and then think about what can be the best solution for that. So developing the idea next. And then you might have like several ideas, not only one, maybe two, but trying to make all this crazy idea as many as you can. Even if it sounds very stupid, even if it sounds doesn't realistic, trying to put it out there, I mean, it might come to life. It might come to the different perspective. It might come to different way of going to the solution. So trying to ideas for that problem, and then draw into the paper. And then we are also doing the flow map and solution sketches. So once your idea is there, then you are trying to find the flow, how it actually works, what kind of screen we need if we're making an app, what kind of technology we will need, what kind of features we will need. We're trying to clarify, and then the feasibility, trying to see those things from the flow map. And then both, we just are trying to showcase to your team members, and then votes from your team members. And then some people might love your idea and then trying to vote with your idea, or some people wanted to add something to your idea and then make it even better. So this process is a design studio process. So it will be 5 days process in real life, but we don't have a 5 days today. So we are going to try to do mini design studio. So mini design studio is basically go through this process. We create the idea, we pitch the idea, and then get a critique from your fellow team members, and then each iterate based on what you got feedback. So that is the process. So we are going to maybe we do twice or 3 times if you need to, but yeah, mostly we do the twice. So what you will need, if this is a real life event, we probably have like a grab A4 paper and then draw on the paper and then pitch in front of everyone. They come up to the stage and then pitch in front of everyone and hear your voice, but this is not the case. So we can try to do it virtually. I'm not 100% sure how can you actually do it, but yeah, we're trying to do it virtually. So what in a real life is, you will need a pen and paper. Maybe if you have an iPad, you can use an iPad, or if you have like a Google Drive, then you can actually do it on a Google Drive. There's some app application that you can use for free, and then use it for that. So no idea. And if you are talking about like I don't know how to draw, my drawing is like so stupid. I don't think anyone can understand what I'm drawing. But you don't have to be an artist to be a draw. If you can draw a circle, and if you can draw square or triangle, and if you can draw lines, you can draw person. So you don't have to be articulated as an artist. You can just make it understandable. If you don't think that everyone can understand that, we'll just draw a line and then like a little bit of description. This is a problem. Things like that. So also open mind, that is very important because you will get critique, you will get feedback to your ideas. But no one's judging you. They are talking about the problems, they are talking about the solutions, that's the ideas. No one actually judges your ideas as stupid or you are stupid. This is about the idea. So don't take it personally and then going home and cry and then swimming in your cries or something. So don't do this. It's all about the ideas. And also, you will need a collaboration skill. So you have to, in a real life, you are usually working cross-functionally. So a lot of companies are actually taking the model from Spotify. So everyone to work as in a squad. In this squad, usually they have like two, three developers and 1 or 2 UX designers and also product managers and also business person. Like these all 5 or 6 different type of people come together and they work together to solve one issue. So you have to learn how to collaborate and be open mind to others. Working together is the most important thing when you actually try to solve the things. Even if that's your idea, you think your idea is the best, but you can be always improve. You can always hear from others and then make it even better. That is how it works. So how it works? So we are going to do the creative aid today. So we are going to think of one problem and then do trying to find the solution for it and then draw into the paper. It can be a Google or it can be you actually can draw it on a paper and then show in a we pitch and then get some critiques from other students or other participants, and then you will iterate based on that idea, and then pitch again, and then we're gonna vote. So that is how we work for today. So this is the problem I got. The reason why I got the problem for looking for a housemate or finding a place is just because today we don't have the time to research about whatever we are going to solve. So for example, there's a lot of things like hunger issues or like sustainable way of solving the food issues. We don't have enough time for today to research around this, which is the most important thing. So I thought maybe you guys have an experience already to look for the room or look for the place to stay with in Australia as a student or even in other countries, and then or trying to find a housemate who can get along with you well. So that is the common thing that I can think of. So you don't have to visit spending a lot of time to research. So that's why I brought this problem to you that we can try to solve today. So I cannot actually see the chat at the moment. So I will go from here. So we will do the grade 8. So it can be a screening. I am 100% sure you guys are on the computer. So maybe go to Google. Maybe I just try to share with you guys. So
Okay, so 1 second. So Sheen, just give me a moment. So what you guys can do actually, so we can give people time, and what they can do, they can actually go and write on a whiteboard.
Or a piece of paper.
Sorry?
Or a piece of paper.
Or a piece of paper.
Yeah, because they won't have a whiteboard.
Oh, they can do the whiteboard on. Yeah. So if you click, I think so. If you click down at the bottom, you should be able to bring up an actual mirror whiteboard that you can use.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's actually a shared board for the entire table. But we will need to stop the presentation for a moment. So what we can do is explain everything. Give a few minutes for people also to take a break because we've been here for about an hour now. And so just explain how the Crazy 8 work and maybe do a whole, how long do you want to do the Crazy 8? 5 minutes?
Let me see. Yes, it was actually 8 minutes because of one idea per minute.
Okay.
So per minute per idea. So that was 8 minutes. But we can do 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's do 5 minutes and we give a couple of minutes for people. So let's do this. 5 minutes for people to take a break. Then we come back and we give the start and we let people do the actual Crazy 8 after that.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
So do you want to just quickly explain, but we're not starting yet, how the Crazy 8 works?
Yeah, so the Crazy 8, so you have to draw 8 ideas to solve this issue, to solve the finding a room or finding a housemate. So you can have a different 8 ideas. It's not one idea and then modify a little bit on the second one. You have to go really trying to come up with really crazy idea. It can be really crazy and then not reasonable at all. So you're just trying to come up with some ideas, 8 of them. And then draw 8 of those ideas. Then when everyone is ready, and we are going to pitch it. So the reason why we are doing this, what Jacob said in sprint, usually when they have a good idea is when they taking a shower and then thinking about the problem by themselves internally. So there's a lot of techniques to brainstorm. So it can be come together and then with the sticky notes and then throw the ideas and talk together. That can be one. But for some people, thinking about the problem deeply inside and by themselves alone, maybe bring some better ideas. So that worked better for Jacob, and then Jacob believes that worked for many of us, and that worked for me. So think about this problem by yourself. Do not discuss it with anyone, and just trying to come up with some solutions internally by yourself, and then draw it into 8 different scenarios. Now we are going to pitch to everyone, and then get some critics. Like maybe that wouldn't work for me because this is bad. And we're just trying to critique the idea, not the person. And then with that feedback, we are going to iterate the idea. So you got the feedback now. You understand some people might not see what you see. Then how you gonna make it them to see about it? How you gonna tweak the idea to make it better? Iterate the idea. So you don't have to choose. You don't have to iterate all 8 ideas. You can choose 4 of them, and then iterate it. And then pitch again. That how you iterate it and what is the best way you think is to solve this issue. And then we're going to vote. Some people might start the whole idea, then you vote for the idea. And some people might like the feature, like a certain feature that would work, then vote for the feature. You don't have to vote for everything. You just have certain things that you like. So we vote for the idea, and then combining together with all these different ideas can be something else. So that's the whole process.
Okay,
Anyone have a, yes?
So I was just about to say, so first of all, the whiteboard is only available when we go back to the floor. So in a moment, we're going to stop the presentation and let people go back on the floor, which is on the view with all the tables. If you double click on any table, you basically move onto it. And down at the bottom, you should be able to see an actual option for a whiteboard. Maybe it's in the more, but you can find it there. Just one thing that I wanted to add, one reason why it's called Crazy 8 is because normally in real life what we do is we take a piece of paper and we fold it like this so that we have, so if we fold it 3 times, we should be able to get 8 spots. And those 8 spots, each one should be one idea. So that is how much space you have to explain your idea. So yeah, that's just to give you an understanding. But anyway, so
yeah,
go for it.
If I can actually show you, this is the Google Drive, and then Google Drive have a Design Gem application. This is a free. The Miro is a amazing tool, but it's not free for participating everyone. So like for example, this one you can draw like square, and then I'm gonna have this app. And then this is the button that I can share with someone. I'm using a mouse, so it's really weird, but like, yeah, things like that, like trying to type it in something, and you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be able to explain what is your idea is, like a 2 points. And then I'm gonna test together, things like that. You don't have to be perfect. So
Sheen, can you?
One way, yeah.
Sheen, can you try to do, for example, an idea for, let's say that you were doing Ibl. How would that look on a sketch?
For the problem that I just have?
No, just for that. Like for example, let's say that you wanted to do an application for ride sharing. What would be the level of your sketch?
So if I would do it, I'd probably just gonna delete this one. So basically, because not everyone has a pen, and then draw on a screen is easy. So what I do probably is trying to, draw some sort of things like this and a square. And then this will be a monitor. Then I'm going to have someone invite. This is the person that I can invite. It is really weird, but yeah, like someone is invitation. I invite maybe 3 people into this one, and then I'm going to throw a screen about my idea, like this is one idea, and then I'm going to have an application, something like this and that, and I just explain a little bit here, and then I wish that they can actually comment here, so they come here saying, oh, like your idea is good. It's going to be nice, and then your ideas are good, and then some other person comments here, I think I like this feature, like trying to have something like a different way and then participating. So, and also you can share somehow the person who doesn't present at this point, then I'll probably have some sort of a share button, like arrow, if I can draw arrow, and then if someone is actually clicking that, then it will open. I will just try to move these things.
Okay, I think that's
things like that.
good.
Yeah, so things like it will open like model pop-up and then show me the way of sharing, things like different apps here, like flow, showing the flow and then flow the idea.
All right, so let's have a 5 minutes break. So it's 2:11. So let's come back at 2:16, and from that moment we give the kickoff for the actual Crazy 8, which is gonna be more like a Crazy 5 in 5, I guess.
Yes, okay. So we do the 5 minutes and Crazy 5, and then trying to hear about all the ideas and then get critiques.
Okay, then let's all have a break for 5 minutes. I'll see you all back at 2:17. Bye bye.
Sure.
And you can experiment with the tables at the moment. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hi Minori, how did you? Oh, actually, we lost Minori.
Yeah, she likely logged off.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I think we had a good start. Just making sure I turn everything off. Yeah, that's why we need to try and link it to some of the coursework.
Yeah. Next Tuesday, I've done a kind of a slight mapping of the units, and so basically you and I will decide what are the units, who the unit chairs, and we'll meet with them in the next couple of weeks. And see how interested they are. If they're not interested, it could be just pass fail, just to get them to participate.
Okay, welcome back. And I guess I'm going to invite Sheen up again. How do I do that, Bobby?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, because I can't see it. In the chat, right? In the chat.
Participants. I'll invite her to speak. Yep, I just did.
Cool. Okay, so I guess okay. All right, so I guess we can start again. So do you want to explain very quickly again what people are going to be doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was trying to answer the question for Eric. So, it doesn't have to be on one functionality. You can focus on one functionality, or you think the whole process looks all right, and you can present one idea as a whole process. It's up to you.
Okay, so I guess then we can make it. So do you want to just in 30 seconds just explain again what they have to do? 5 minutes.
Yes. So I think it's a better to use pen and paper. So you just grab a pen and paper, and then when you teach, trying to show your turn on your camera, and then trying to show your idea to the camera, and then explain it. Or if you do want to use the table, there's what's it called, whiteboard in where you are in, and you can use the whiteboard and then try to explain it there. So trying to come up with like 5 different ideas. Go crazy. You don't have to mimic the same idea that's currently in the market. Trying to find a really radical solutions here, and we are going to go for 5 minutes, and then we come up with a pitch session.
Okay, so what was the problem they're trying to solve?
So the problem I can share, if you want me to, I can just share the screen again, so it will be up there. You can always return back to.
They won't see it because they are going to be. Once we stop it, you won't be able to see it.
You won't be able to see it?
Yeah, so I mean, you can present it now.
Yeah, so the problem, as a student, I want to find a good place or room to live, which is affordable, actually, with a reasonable housemate, so that I can focus on my studies. But how? That is the problem statement. Okay,
yeah, so I guess they try to come up with some ideas. I am sure that you can get some inspiration about what's already out there. But really what we're looking for is something completely new, something completely different. And that's generally how great startups start. Think about something that's different, because otherwise other people might have done it already. Sure, so I'll put on a timer, and I will see you all guys in 5 minutes. So 5 ideas for 5 minutes. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, how you guys doing?
Great for your age flows.
Are you going into each table and see what is going on, Alessio?
Yeah, generally that's what I do.
Hey, how come I can't join? There you go. Only you can join, it seems, each table. Maybe because you're the master?
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. What I can do is I can see you talking to each team. Weird.
Hello, hello, any ideas coming out on this table? Hi, Amin, how's it going?
Hi, Sam. I can really hear you. Your voice is very low. I'm not sure.
Oh, I think it's because I'm using the wrong. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, yeah, that's better now.
Yeah, kind of using the wrong microphone. Let me see if I can just quickly change the microphone. Yeah, now I'm using. I should be using the proper one.
Oh, yeah, that's much louder. Yeah.
So
That's
what's
much
happening? What's happening here? Come on, tell me one idea.
louder. Oh, just ideating. Just 1 minute. Give us some time.
You have to try and be quick, not thinking. The whole thing is about not thinking here. All right. Catch you later.
Catch you later.
Hi, Katrina. How you doing?
Might be heard. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Come on, give me two ideas.
For this?
Yeah, of course.
It's 5 minutes already. My notice board isn't very good. I'll just tell you them then. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
You can see it, but it's not.
I can see
I
what
don't even
this.
know how to share it actually.
What, the table? Did you do on a whiteboard?
Where's my allow? Why can't I pick allow? I've only got a not now option. Oh, hang on. Alright, I don't even know which screen
Oh,
this
I can
is.
see the whiteboard. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay, good. Then I'll forget about that. So I started with the stupid ideas because I thought they were easy to draw and I had minutes left. Anyway, so I just had some ideas that was the old boring, some sort of notice board where someone goes, hey, I'm looking for a housemate, blah, blah, and people go, yep, I'm interested. But some more interesting ideas would be something kind of like LinkedIn, where you have your own profile, you can kind of make connections and people can endorse other people for things like cleanliness, they're great to live with, pay their rent on time, blah, blah, blah. Another option is something a bit more like Tinder because you're trying to get matches based on location, the price you're looking for, you know, your kind of lifestyle, like I want a quiet place to study, or whether you've got pets and that kind of thing, so that you can match with other people that way.
Yeah.
Another idea is if we had some sort of thing where groups could be, like you could have real estate agents as well sort of coming in where they can be like, I've got these properties, these are the rooms, these are the prices, these are the locations, and then you can kind of match with other groupings of students who have come together and kind of get, be like, you know, I'm looking for this price, this location, etc., and kind of group people and properties together that way.
Good, good, good. All right. I'll catch you later then, and I'll go see what other people are doing.
All right,
Bye-bye.
enjoy.
Hello? Anyone on this table? Test, test, test. Who is Adam? Adam. Hello, Adam. People are incredibly shy here. What's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Adam. How are you?
Good. Yeah, no, it's like the mic and camera and everything is just off by default, so.
Yeah. So tell me, what is your current idea? Give me one idea.
Of the ideas I'm working on, for this thing, bulletin board, online bulletin board, something comparable to what the United States has in the form of Craigslist, which we don't really have here, where people can just generally list things. That's what I'm like listing right now. It's not my favorite idea, but
Okay, well, it's an idea.
yeah, it's an idea. It was my last idea, which is why it's the last one.
Yeah, it's an idea. Oh, I didn't actually press start on the timer. Okay, well, I'll stop it anyway soon. All right, well, be ready just to pitch it to some guys later. Catch you soon.
I'm gonna have to use my camera because my the whiteboard on the site deleted all the stuff I did last time, so I've just used my actual whiteboard for it. Instead.
No problem. See you soon then. Bye. Hello, who's on this table? Test, 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 test.
Alicia, I will use your mic.
Yes, you can use my mic. So, what is your solution so far?
So, I'm designing a layout for a car park finding application. So, I'm currently have 4 design of this user story. Can you see my user stories?
Let me see. I can see you.
My layout. So the first one is keep doing this basic map application that allows people to navigate to nearby car parks. And the second one is just show the car parks in the map. So the person can click one and navigate to it. So the third one shows the car parks in a list. So the person can see the car parks in another form of view. And the last one is that the user can find the nearby car parks in one click.
Okay.
That's what I got so far.
It looks good. And there's a guest developer. All right. Somebody keeps coming onto this table. All right, let me close this. Bryce, we get started. Whiteboard, do you want to join now? Yes, sure. So who's doing the Tinder? Bryce, are you doing the Tinder one? Yes, I can see roommate review system. Okay, it was a terrible roommate. Yeah, thank you. Looking for a roommate. Yeah, I think a lot of people are thinking about this Tinder thing. I think somebody should actually go and make it. All right. Good. Then I think it's time to get back on presentation mode and actually have people telling us about their options. Thank you. Yes, the 5 minutes are definitely over. Okay. See you soon. Start now. Would you like to record your presentation? Yes. Okay, welcome again. Probably I don't need to cook you anymore. Oh, this light is much better than mine. I should buy this one instead. Hello, welcome to presentation mode again. Yes, we're all working on our own user story. So let's have a look. Let's have a few people pitching in some ideas. Let's start with Eric. Do you want to pitch yours?
Maybe later.
It doesn't matter. It's like something that will happen now. Let me see. I can go. I need to see exactly who is I can go guy. Oh. Didn't you just say no? Wait, Scott. Oh, Scott. Okay, so Scott, I'm gonna make you a Scott. 1 second. I need to find you. You want to? No, I don't want to delete the map. Oh,
Oh,
1
do you
second.
want me to do it?
Oh, okay. Oh, I found it. I was trying to go through the wrong place. Add to stage. All right. Yes. All right, Scott, you're on stage.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Scott. How are you?
I'm well, thanks, Alessia. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you. All righty.
Okay.
Tell us about your idea.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking of developing it's a pretty simple one, but just a mobile application which asks what you're studying and your interest in, then connects you to students who are in a similar course. But I was thinking one feature of that application is once you're connected with a student who's in a similar course, you could do an activity or play a game for it to see if you sort of get along, and then and then once that part of the application's done, you can then go and find a property where you can live through that mobile application. It's a very rough design, but that's what I was just thinking to myself in these 5 minutes.
Okay. I'm not so sure about the game. I'm not entirely bought on the game, but I like the idea of searching by. I like the idea of searching by course, like you do the similar course, and so let me.
I like the idea, Scott.
Oh, I can just actually, you know what? Oh yeah, so too easy.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just the parrot in the background. I like the idea, and I think that's an interesting way to think about it because there's a lot of matching platforms out there, but they use a lot of high-tech machine learning or whatever to match individuals. But this is really interesting because it's really low engagement from the users. And so if you created this high engagement opportunity through the game for them to interact in order to, I guess, suss out if this person is like roommate potential. And I think that I really haven't seen that around. In order, like, you know, if you play like a 10-minute game together, see how each other work and communicate. And that could be really potentially really interesting because then it would save you from having to, you know, like if you've ever done house sharing and meeting potential roommates, you go in and you have to travel all the way there, see if the person's a fit, find out they're a bust, waste that time, could be days, whereas you're trying to kind of like mitigate that now. I find it really interesting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I was just thinking it off the top of my head, like even just play a 10-minute like game like sort of Monopoly or even like a video game on your phone between each other, and you have to talk to each other and see if you communicate well. But it's an idea, so if you think it's a bad idea or anything, don't hesitate to
No, I mean we're here to.
No such thing as a good and bad idea because by the time you're done creating MVP for an idea probably is very different from what you originally thought it was because then you have to go into market research and you have to actually think through who your end users are and such.
But it's an idea, and that's a good thing. I mean, you came up with something that we didn't think about. Frankly, I think we were all very standard on. No, I think that was a very good example.
Thank you.
You know what? I think you know what? Let's go back on the other side. Give me a moment.
Sometimes the game actually show their own real personality. And like actually probably show the new personality, not like a presentation look. So that's the way to engage find a real option, I guess.
Thank you so much, Sheen. Appreciate that.
Yeah. While you're doing something, Alessio, I might just try to go.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill myself.
If I can share. So
thanks, Scott.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. So I try to show my idea here. This is like inside out, like converted. But similar to Scott's idea, I thought like we can actually register some sort of app and then register our music or our taste and then what kind of personality I am and all these things. And then Scott like recommend me, oh, you are 99% of matching this person and then Scott left and Scott right and then find the right person. And then based on the machine learning, you can actually get some list of people that you can sort it out and then only meet people given the time frame. The other idea is like this is for like set out, but if there was some sort of a trial night, so I'm staying someone's place for 7 nights for trial. So you will be able to see, like you would have to pay. There will be have to be some sort of a regulation what's going to be trial night look like. So you have to pay about like a minimum amount, and then try to live there for maybe 7 days or 3 days, and then see how actually it will look like inside that house, and think of the how imagine and then taste of it, how it will look like if I live here 1 year.
Yeah.
Things like that. So that's my another two ideas that I have to come up with. So things like that. So you have to, my drawing is a little weird, but like you have to explain a little bit about like interface, digital price, $20, this is a regulation. You don't have to be perfectly sure what your idea is, but just trying to give some sort of idea, it will look like an app, things like that. So yeah.
Cool. All right, let's see who's the next one on. Any volunteers? Adam? All right, I'm just gonna throw people on the stage. I think that's one good way of doing it. All right, Adam.
Yeah, go around the room.
Yeah, it's not always that simple to do that. Hello, Adam. Since he actually has a whiteboard.
Well, I guess I've tried to use paper at first, but I couldn't get it to work because my pens are quite thick. So
okay.
I couldn't get something that's legible, and I thought this would probably work better. But yeah,
it's all good.
The first idea I basically started with was the basic bulletin board. That I didn't really like that so much. Like something like Craigslist as an example. So that was never really a thing here. I moved to something that was a bit more like a traditional sort of hybridized, like what you get when you're looking for a place now. If you've had to look for a rental place recently, mixed with something akin to Match.com sort of thing. So you have your profile, you can look for people, you can look for listings, and you have a match system that you have to go through where basically answering questionnaires that then ranks you on compatibility with anybody you might see. So you can know if you see somebody who's in the general area, you kind of have an idea of how compatible you actually will be.
Yeah.
And would also stand off into a specific university API. So like if you can link it to the Deakin API, then I can look for other Deakin students specifically if I was interested in specifically being with other students that I might be in courses with or I might be in classes with. And then that would give you some search functionality there in terms of like trying to narrow more specifically. Similar to social media. And then the actual app itself, like in terms of the interface with the with like mobile phone, because most people use their phones for this sort of thing. Something akin to Tinder essentially. So it's like you take in the matching system and the location, given a specification of like what area you're looking to live in, and how many roommates you want, what kind of price you want, the basics, and then it will create a list of people and houses that are possible listings for you. And you can quickly go through them and see which ones you like, see which ones you don't like.
Okay.
Adam, I find that really interesting when you said the Match.com and the Deakin API, because I've seen in the States, not here, another app very similar that's linked into Facebook. And what it did was actually connected your network to whomever was also in the network that you've joined with this app.
Yeah.
And then it would say, hey, Adam is 4 people's removed from Sheen, he might be a good roommate. So it actually like makes you more of a credible potential roommate because you're just not a rando, but you technically are. So it's really interesting to think about that in contingency to or connected to what you proposed with your idea.
Not so random randoms.
Yeah, not so random randoms.
Exactly. Random, but within
Educated randomization. There you go. All right. Thanks so much, Adam.
Thank you.
Let me see. How do I kick you off the stage again? Oh, yeah, you're right on top. No, you're not. Oh, yeah, because now you're here. Bye-bye. Thanks, Adam.
Bye-bye.
All right. Next one on. Let's see. Who would like to go next? Come on. Can we have somebody from the maybe one of the girls to give us a different perspective? Oh, somebody raised a hand. Alvi, you're not a girl, but that's fine. There you go.
So I was thinking you go in a similar this thing where you have a basic profile and then you make the matches and then you can say yes, no, yes, no. And after that, I thought rather than doing a trial in real life, where we give the opportunity like things like you do a life simulation. Where
That's amazing, yeah.
That's fun.
you can make day-to-day decisions in a simulated world, and you can see whether you guys can get along.
Okay.
That's really interesting, Arvin. And I wonder if you guys, the cool thing about saying all of our ideas out loud is that we all kind of had an idea that we wrote down and maybe we're tweaking a little bit because we hear little bits of other people's and it's really intriguing and we're adding onto our ideas.
That's the whole point of design studio. So like while you're listening at the idea, you can actually combine one idea to the other and then make a completely different solution. So it's really good to hear you are adding another idea of having virtual solutions, especially like these days, COVID period, you cannot actually go there and live there. And why don't you make it like virtual and then like work with me?
You can try out different people at the same time.
Yeah. It would be really fun to do roommate dilemmas and then within that simulation and it's almost like roommate Tamagotchi if try not to get your roommate angry versus try not to kill your Tamagotchi.
That's true.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arvin.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, should we okay, finally we have somebody
Katrina?
Yes, I saw her raising her hand and
I'll add Katrina to the stage.
yes.
I just saw her. Katrina, if you want to speak, we just added you to the stage.
A moment to shine.
Hi, Katrina.
Hello.
You're mute.
Because yeah, I think every time I go through the presentation and again it blanks the whiteboard. So just on the basis of being a female representative, I thought I'd pop in and add a lot of those similar ideas. And perhaps one of the things that hasn't come up is sort of adding an element that's a little bit like LinkedIn, so you can have a bit of a community going on and you can give other people endorsements. So things like tidy, clean, quiet, pay their rent on time, that kind of stuff. So an indication from other people that they've actually come with a bit of a recommendation saying I can vouch for that.
Yeah, I could see that even being on the landlord or the property owner side too, to be able to use this platform.
Because it's kind of like giving the tenant to give a little bit of pressure to behave and then not go crazy. So you can like you don't want to run your reputation and then like impossible to find next place. And then having this kind of rating system, I know it sounds very hard, but at the same time, it's kind of like give them some sort of a boundary, not to be like inviting everyone like one night and then go crazy. They're not doing those things. So I guess that works pretty well.
Well, I was trying to keep it a bit positive, so I thought we might, because in the way that LinkedIn does, you can't really, as far as I know, you can't really unendorse people and go, they're terrible. You know, just it's a bit reassuring if you have a few people going, yeah, they're great.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you thought about that. What's that technical term? But the community peer review, because there's like Facebook decided not to do certain reactions, and LinkedIn probably also, because people, yes, we know that there are online trolls and like a lot of negative things that come out, and so some platforms decide not to be able to only include certain tags and not all tags, and making that decision will create the behavior on your idea or platform or feature.
Cool. All right, thanks, Katrina. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
all right, so I think we move on to the next stage. Not sure we'll be able to finish this, but I think we can continue our. We can continue. So Sheen, what is the next stage?
Yes, so the next stage is here. Because we are virtually doing this, it's really difficult to get everyone's feedback and then reiterate their ideas, or I might just give the iteration here, but in real life, you probably get all the feedback and then iterate the ideas from there. I might just share the screen again and then try presentation. So once you in a video design video, and then if you want to collaborate with a code to this thing in working together, probably you want to set up some sort of like a virtual board, and then like throw the ideas there, and then trying to get the feedback from there, and then everyone some sort of idea, and then also can vote. I like this feature. For example, I like Trina's endorsement feature. Then I can add that feature into someone else's idea, like a matchmaking, and then I can also see the endorsements there. And things like that. We can combine both those ideas into one big idea. And then like see the voting system, and then there's a a lot of people actually voting on that one, and there may be like a higher chance to people also like it. So trying to combine all these ideas together. And then after that, when it comes to one solution and testing a shape, you can actually start drawing a flow map. How is the app or how this solution actually flow? How user journey will look like? And trying to see, it's fresh out the item in detail and sketch. Maybe you missed this a little bit of detail in the sharing button. You can edit it now. So trying to go step by step into the flow, then you will see some clarification needs and some detail needs, and you will do those things into this stage. And then prioritize on what kind of feature is going to come first. So when it comes to the startup idea, you have like it's a big idea, but you can't build everything at the same time. Then you have to prioritize which one is going to be the most impactful and the less effort, and build it on trust. So trying to prioritize all the features and then make a timeline for that, and then can make also timeline for launching the app as well. Then it will be a lot easier to take all these ideas into the life. So that is one way from here. Yeah, that's about it for design studio. Any questions I can answer?
So did you complete? Oh, did you run out of all of the slides?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think there were a few things that we haven't actually done. Like I guess we would have loved to do the voting and the final pitch, but I think it's been a good example for people regardless. And oh yeah, I got a camera. I'm just a big A.
Yeah, and I think really the main point of this is to kind of get you understanding ideation, because I think that a lot of our students are really, really, really good at building, but it's always taking a step back and actually thinking about ideation and what ideas would users want and need before you start building. And so this is why we invited Sheen to help you do this design studio. And ideally, if you want to look more into the design studio or design thinking or Google Sprint, you can just obviously Google it. And then we'll kind of take you through that prototyping and pitching phases. So yeah, this is for us just like a way to kind of get your noodle working and seeing how important ideation is, as well as ideating with others. Because as we've seen, ideas were only getting better and better as we started listening to one another.
Yeah, and I think this is more like almost like a mini boot camp for what is to come, because I believe that eventually this year we're gonna have an actual proper 1 or 2 days hackathon where these kind of things will actually come and be useful. So just to let you know, if you guys would have been here at 10:30, me and Sheen were actually running a design session with one of our clients. Which, well, we had no idea what we wanted to build when they came in, and we now have a product and a contract signed half an hour before we started this. So these are things that we do in the industry. Ideation, brainstorming, crazy eights. There's a lot more, but this is actually what goes on in the industry. So it's not just the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Go
If I can add one, in order to bring some sort of idea into the life, you have to understand the users. It's not because I'm a user experience designer I'm talking about this. You have to understand the users first. You have to understand what they need, what is their goal, what the kind of pain points they have, and then what the situation they are doing, what kind of solution they're trying to seek for. That is the answer. So try to look into the problem deeper and deeper rather than thinking of the solution first. So that is the key. And then once you get that done, then solution obviously come to your mind, and then collaborative working in an ideation section will bring the idea even better. Don't forget when you do the challenge.
Okay. Do we have any questions? Thank you. Yeah, so I guess we can call this complete. I will officially acknowledge all the great guys from Building P who are the guys looking after the video workshop, Deakin TV, which basically helped me with the lights and with some of the equipment. I promised them I would do that, so thank you guys. But yeah, I think it's been a great day. This is, I guess, our official first one, and went better than I expected. So nothing exploded on scene. So yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining. Everyone have a good day.
Thank you guys.
Thank
And
you.
oh, Minori, you're still there. Oh, okay.
Thank you so much, Bogman. It was a great session.
Thank you, Minori. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Minori.
much. Bye-bye. Stop presenting.